Okay, everybody, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Good to see you. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Okay, if you're looking for a little humor today, go to my Facebook page. I laid out a little humor for you today for this hump day Wednesday. Okay, text matters. Be careful how you text people. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. All right, so the word for today, Joe, just so you know, Joe, the word for today is Miss Juanita in Chicago. Well, the word is reflect. But before we reflect, I want to give everybody an opportunity to give Masaba out of Uganda that tunes into our coach's corner or tunes into the replay. It's his birthday today. So, Masaba, as you're watching the recording, he might be on live. I'm not sure if he's on today, but we wish you a happy birthday and we hope you have an amazing day, brother. We love you. So, the word reflect. Serious thought, consideration. If you look at the definition of reflect, it's like to deeply or carefully think about something. It's where you open yourself up inwardly, not outwardly, okay? And almost like a mirror, where the only person that is reflected back is yourself, okay? But you're taking a look because, and I came across this quote that says, without reflection, we go blindly on our way, creating more unintended consequences and failing to achieve anything useful. Now, that's a scary thought. Okay. So it's like we all have experiences in our life going on right now, today, in October, on this Wednesday, and they're all like lessons. They're all things that are teaching us something. But the only way we will learn from them is to reflect. So I say this like to myself, like don't let the excited possibility stop you from reflecting. Like, and here's what I mean by that. In business, we're winning, right? Let's just say we're in a moment of winning. Like Alan Schultz, he remember a time, man, he was selling boxes, woo, we're winning, we're winning, we're winning, we're winning. And sometimes when you're winning games, it doesn't mean that you're doing everything right. So I remember being a head football coach and we're winning. We're like 8-0. We're headed down the road. Man, things are going good. Doesn't mean we're doing everything right. It's kind of like scoring a touchdown. Guy scores the touchdown. But no, the good coach is looking at the film going, but we had 5 missed blocking assignments. He was just a good athlete that was able to hurdle somebody. It didn't mean we were doing it right. So they still go back to the drawing board to do it right, to do it right, to do it right. So I say that to say, are you, am I a person that spends time reflecting on my own actions? Okay. It takes a moment to stop, to think about our choices, about our actions, but also about our goals, like about our feelings. Like, I want to get here, but am I currently doing what I need to do to get there? Right? Am I reflecting on my own actions, on that own mirror? Because to me, it's super, super powerful. And sometimes we got to slow down to speed up. Like, here's why reflection is so important. It helps us grow. Like, I have to slow down to go, I'm not recruiting enough people. Why is that? Oh, wow, because I'm not reaching out to anybody. Isn't that something? Right? But it takes reflection. It takes me being honest with myself, right? In business, it's like, especially if you're self employed, my paycheck's going backwards. You know what some people do? They're mad at the company because their paycheck's going backwards. Isn't that crazy? Maybe take out the calendar and go, who did I talk to today if I'm in sales? If I'm an entrepreneur, right? Who on my team did I talk to grow? Like, what am I doing? That's what I got to reflect on. It's kind of like my health goals. If I put on 10 pounds because I've ate too much ice cream, Petra, I there's times I want to get mad at Petra. She didn't do this. She didn't share this. She didn't talk to me about this. She didn't give me those brownie recipes. How about the ice cream recipes that does not have sugar in it? Or I could say, Brent, it's up to you, buddy. You are in control of those 10 pounds you gained. Get them off, right? It helps us grow. It also helps us stay grounded. Reflection gives us perspective in a busy, noisy world. If I never reflect on where I'm at, where I'm going in my health, in my spiritual journey, in my business, in my finances, and I'm just going to be an ostrich and stick my head in the sand, well, guess what? That's not too wise for Brent to do. I got to be grounded. I got to reflect, even though it's busy out there. And sometimes I don't want to. It also, lastly, it builds wisdom. Reflection builds wisdom, like learning from experiences only happen when we take time to actually reflect. I always say, and I'm going to leave with this, I always say in business, I've had some painful business experiences. Painful. Like lost a lot of money at times. And I can choose to look at it one or two ways. I can choose to be bitter, mad, upset, quit doing anything for the rest of my life, or I can go, you know what? That was a great master's degree lesson for me that will spin me off into so much wisdom for the rest of my life that when people come to me and I go, I got a story. Let me tell you this story. When Petra says, Brent, let's open up a franchise restaurant in blah, blah, blah. And then I go, Petra, before we do, let me tell you this story. And this story is how I did that one time. And let me tell you the pitfalls I made, right? Because that's a lesson rather than just jumping off in it again, right? I'm using Petra because she's in the middle of my screen today. She didn't ask me to open up a franchise. So um, that's my thought on reflection. I don't think as humans we reflect enough on our own self because sometimes it's hard. I challenge us to open ourselves up more and be that person of reflection. Okay? Am I bitter because I don't have what I need? Or am I bitter because I'm not using my talents to go make myself better? Right? It's all about reflection. So, Andrew, I'll turn it to you.
Well, great lesson. And I got to say, I'm glad I'm not on the middle of your screen because poor Petra, she's feeding you ice cream. I mean, she's making you start a business. Like, Petra, so slow your roll a little bit. The quote that I found was, we do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. And I think about so many times in my life where, I will have the world, I will teach myself plenty of lessons, but I don't actually learn it because I didn't reflect, right? I'm like, shoot. I just was talking about this week where I'm like, every year my goal is to be done with Christmas shopping before Thanksgiving so I can enjoy the holidays. And over the last 20 years, that's happened exactly one time. So it'd be a great idea to maybe reflect on what I can do differently, what I've been doing incorrectly so that I haven't achieved that goal, right? So I've got to, in order to learn the lesson, I've got to reflect on it. So what I looked into was, okay, that sounds all well and good, but how do we reflect? So first of all, I've got to check the rearview mirror, right? I've got to take a few minutes each and every day to think about that day and say, okay, what went well today? right? What am I glad happened? And then what could have gone better? What could I have said in that conversation? Or maybe I could have done something different here or there, whatever it may be. But what could have gone better? Because I think sometimes we just go to bed, right? We say our prayers, maybe say some gratitude, but then we move on and we don't think about the spaces where we could have improved. Number two is to write it out. And journaling absolutely helps us get the thoughts out of our head and allows us to see the patterns that maybe we wouldn't see if we just think about it. So, highly recommend grabbing a piece of paper, crazy enough, and an actual pen, or you can try to type it in the notes section of your phone, something like that. But just take some time to slow down and write it out. Three is to talk through it. Hopefully, we all have somebody that we trust in our life, that we can share with them what's going on with us, because verbalizing it to a different person, we're going to say it a little bit differently to somebody else than we would say it to ourselves, right? And they might have some feedback for us that's going to bring some clarity so we can make sure that we're moving in the right direction. Four is to press pause on autopilot. Oh, I can be so guilty of living in autopilot. We've talked about this before. Like, I park in the same section of the parking lot when I go to the grocery store each and every week. And it's just weird to park anywhere else. Or I do things, throughout my day the same way every single day. So when I do that, I'm not reflecting, right? I'm not stopping and asking myself, why do I park here? Why do I do certain things in a certain order? And is this still the right direction? Like, when I'm having that conversation, is this still the words that I should be sharing? Or do I need to course correct in some way? And then lastly, I've got to use these reflections to grow. I've got to let my reflection fuel some change inside of me. My goal isn't just to look back, right? Yesterday's done. That's behind us. I don't want to just look back. I want to use what I learned in order to move forward stronger. So I like this one today. Thank you, Juanita. This was great, and hopefully brought value to all y'all as well.
Great lesson for a hump day Wednesday. Guys, Masaba's not on. So if you've got if you're a Facebook friend, send him a happy birthday. We love you so much. Grateful for you. Have a great Wednesday out there. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.
Happy